is the more we can put into projects, the more we can develop. It's all for SHIB though. Everything that comes together, everything that we do is all for SHIB. SHIB is the dream. And no, we haven't forgotten it. That's why we're here. So I hope that answers your question, Clay.
I mean, not really.
If I may.
Yeah.
If I may. So
go ahead.
One of the devs, Eric, he does want us to mention that Ryoshi's vision is composed by Shib, Leash, Bone, Treat, and She. And that is how the system is mainly designed. And it's referred to there by the Ryoshi's meat. So I just really want to iron that in to what the devs are building for what Shibarium and everything else is being built into the ecosystem. It's very, very important to understand that from the core level of Ryoshi's media.
Streamlabs sucks. That's what it is.
Okay.
Streamlabs sucks.
I do get that part. I mean, I just, like, hearing those answers, though, you know, I hear, well, if we build out Bone and we use Bone, but you stake your Shiba for Bone, you can earn in Bone. It just seems like, and we're not going to spend any more time on this question, I got another one, but it just seems like a lot of the, you know, just saying everything's about Shiba doesn't make it about Shiba.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
It's the ecosystem.
Absolutely.
With, you know, Scorchia's answer there, that it is all about the ecosystem. Ryoshi had an ecosystem focus, not a Shiba Inu focus.
Clay, yeah. Well, Queenie, Clay's got a second question, and I will agree with Clay is we don't want to exhaust this.
No, I know, but I
just remember, Clay.
No, I think we want the real answers. That's what we want. We want to exhaust this. We want the hard answers. You answer the question, and we're good. Like, I don't understand that. I'm going to continue with that because my question is close to what that is.
Remember, like,
that didn't answer shit.
Your assumption's not based in a misunderstanding things, and I will go back to what Trophius said is go back and read what the original intent is, and you might find a nugget there. But we won't delay this here. What is your second question there, Clay?
I just want to, you know, make it clear that I have read those papers. Anyway, so the Shibarium that is coming up, you know, right now you've got, and I don't have a perfect understanding of layer 2 blockchains. So when you move over to Shibarium, this is launched, it's fully out there. Is this going to be some sort of like a migration where if I've got my Shiba Inu coins that are trading on Ethereum, I have to trade those for, you know, Shiba version 2 or Shibarium or whatever that, you know, new name would be if it is a migration? And then at that point, you know, are there taxes that are going to be integrated into the Shiba Inu coin smart contract or the Shiba V2 smart contract, the Shiba Inu coin or Shibarium smart contract that are, one, I know you guys have talked about burns, so I would assume, yes, burns are in there. But is there like another tax that you guys could speak on that would go more towards, you know, marketing efforts or to a developer's wallet or anything like that? What do the taxes on Shibarium look like?
So I really want to answer that, but I can't. But I was told that Saitoshi is going to reach out to you and answer you. He really wants to. It's just he wants to spend more time with it. So, and he wants to give you a proper answer. So he really wants to answer it. Just we don't want to take the time and to kind of do the back and forth with the you know, live text. But he does want to answer you, and he's going to reach out to you personally.
Is that
okay? So
option?
Oh, well, yeah, but like towards the issue or towards the concern of like migration, is that something? Because I don't exactly understand layer 2 blockchains in the sense that, you know, it is built on another platform. Would I have Shiba Inu coin, but somebody else has Shiba V2 or something?
There will be a bridge, and we're going to make sure that we document it in every step of the way. We're going to give you a video. I'm guessing, you know, if I were to do it, it looked terrible, but Archangel is really good at putting together tutorials, and we're already talking about these tutorials and many, many, many other tutorials that is going to help build the educational learning process of either the swap, Shibarium, or anything that we bring out. We want to do a better job at illustrating and having people learn either through a video or a interactive style guide that we have either on the the future wiki or anything that we bring forward. So we're gonna give a very detailed documentation course on everything, but people will need to migrate. Yes.
Okay, and at that point, there will be taxes. I assume you guys just don't want to talk about how much, right?
To myself, I don't know. I'm guessing, but I don't know what the taxes are right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, there will have to be for burns.
Yeah, I'm guessing there will have to be.
Like, I get that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely one of those things that we'll be bringing out in one of our blog posts, so things that are of that level of detail and where people need that heads up and that time for planning. Obviously, we're only just approaching the public beta, so it is just it's something that's been really difficult to give details on because security is paramount, especially when you're developing your own layer 2 solution or blockchain. So those details, of course, will be provided ahead of migration and bridging.
Just for a little clarification, when you say SHIB to SHIB 2, do you mean
I just mean
or Shiba swap version 2?
No. I mean, I was just making up a name for when it goes over to Shibarium. Like, I don't know if it's still
okay.
Shiba, Shibarium, or SHIB 2, whatever. Just trying to, equate what the difference is there, or what your Shiba Inu coin looks like. If it's still Shiba Inu coin, if it's got any additional functions, if it is
whether or not it will be a new contract.
Gotcha.
You mean?
Okay, that's more clear. Okay, yes.
I see.
And I assume that it is like a new contract at that point, right?
Yeah, let me. We have the devs on standby for us right now. Just if you want to take a minute while they spawn back.
Dude, I'm here all night, man.
Yeah, we can always do a little update.
In these kind of scenarios, we do have the devs on standby. They do come in and listen, and we want to give you guys the best front-facing view of what we can without compromising the security. Because when we're talking about tokens, I'm gonna guess on Dex Tools in here in the next couple hours, I'm gonna see a scam token come out. And to be clear, we are not releasing anything tonight. There's good. If you see something, it's a scam. If it says she or anything, just stay the course. Just wait for our, official announcements, either through the blog, Twitter, etc. And we'll guide everyone step by step through the way.
No, dude, 100% agree with that. I don't want anybody to get caught up in any other tokens if they think from you guys or anything like that. I know that, you guys are very good at answering some of these questions too, but, we just want some clarity, man. We want some
transparency. Say transparency.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of a medium between
some sort of transparency
and I don't know.
Transparency.
I don't know, being politically correct or just correct.
No, of course. I mean, transparency. Transparency in it all, especially with it when it comes to releases and updates, futuristic things, and it's kind of like what we're kind of like having the struggles with, lands and Shiboshis, the metaverse. Everyone wants that
you can't
information
hear a thing.
Out there, the roadmap.
Hopefully, it's not lagging again.
And when you're doing a game, in the gaming industry, I've been in the gaming industry for 10 years.
Speaks slow. All the time.
Gaming industry does not tell you anything unless they want you to know, and that's usually
he is asking great
around
questions.
the update that it's
asking
out,
absolute great questions.
Testing or marketing reviews, and you touched on marketing earlier. We haven't really touched our marketing fund, and when we're ready to do so, we will.
Well, dude, plus you guys have such a high reach already, man, on Twitter, and everybody's repeating everything that's said on YouTube. Like, you guys are
exactly
destroying
we have it.
In terms of marketing. You guys are already destroying it with marketing.
Word of mouth. Word of mouth is key, and word of mouth is the most powerful form of marketing there is. And if you have that, why would you spend money when you're still building. You want to save that money for when you're ready to use it. And that's going to be the most critical point, is when we're ready to use it. That's when the real, stuff is going to happen.
Oh, dude. Yeah, and that's going to reach an audience that's not already on social media.
Clay, I don't mean to step in, but I am here to be a bit of a bouncer. You've gotten a lot of information. They don't have the answers for you now. Really, really good questions, and I'm glad you provoked them and brought them up on those. Trophies has said that he's reaching out to the devs. I'm going to have to bring it down because we're only about third through the list of people, and we are.
All right, well, let me just say thank you to everybody.
What happened? What happened? What's going on?
You too. Thank you.
Why is this so low? You probably won't be able to hear anything. You have to listen on your own. It's so low. It's very low in volume. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'll just do a slight introduction because I had something bigger planned, but these last couple of answers kind of pissed me off a little bit. But so basically, I've been on YouTube for about 3 years now, and 3.5 years actually. And I've been investing for close to 10 years. I was one of those people that didn't get into Bitcoin, when I was told to, and I probably should have. But I've only been investing in cryptocurrency for a little bit now. But I've noticed as I was getting into Shiba Inu and all the different pieces there was just so much that needed to be said. So I decided to make a bunch of videos on it, just like I was doing with all of my other investing and personal finance content. So I've been creating videos with my Matthew Perry channel for a while. And then I also have a Let It Burn channel where we burn off 100% of the profits within that channel. But yeah, that's pretty much it there. Well, I just wanted to start out before we get into that. I wanted to thank you guys for inviting me. I appreciate you guys taking this time to do that. I did just want to say that all of the questions that we've seen so far, there've been a couple, especially the ones with Clay, where it looked like, it just wasn't, being answered, especially when it comes to just drawing lines from SHIB to other pieces. So I kind of want to start there, because from what we understand, you guys are going to be more transparent, from, the articles and blogs that I've seen and that have been written. It's about transparency and it's about, being open to the community, right? So understanding how we draw lines from SHIB to all of the other pieces, you understand that those lines are being drawn in one direction. And that's what we're all seeing as a community, and I understand how we have that vision, the vision where you want to create all these other pieces. But the vision was also with the thought that everything would be tied to SHIB. So I want to understand, like, why is everything not finding a way to tie throughout utility? I using them as a mascot rather than doing something to support SHIB or even the ecosystem in general. It's mainly to support a lot of things that Wellies is going to do and the business is going to do, and that's great. But well, I understandable, but yeah. Mhm. I so, tr- yeah. Well, can I just say, like, I understand, how, things can seem like we're getting off, maybe on a rant here, right? Um, but understand that asking the tough questions is how we get to a place to where everything is successful. I understand. I want Leash and Bone and all of the other pieces to be successful as well. And we have to understand that the way that you got here was with Shib. So the community, the 1.1, almost 1.2 million holders, would support the other parts of the ecosystem so much more if they had some sort of piece that was connected with Shib in some sort of way. I'm not saying that you need to focus solely on Shib and that Shib is just going to be everything there and everything else can just fall off. No, you have to build an ecosystem there, but other things support Shib to pull Shib to a higher price, while the ecosystem also pushes the other pieces to another price. This is why you're probably going to see way more land sales with the fact that you can buy with Shib than you would with ETH, because people want utility. That's the thing that I'm saying. And again, it's about the difficult questions. And I know people are going to cut me off. Rowdy, I see you already unmuting, but mhm. But if we don't support, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Understand. I didn't say that. I, but I'm saying, how is Shib taking over the world if you're doing that? I'm not. We're gonna keep running around in circles here. Because if you launch something like John Richmond, right? What is really benefiting Shib from John Richmond? Besides they have NFTs and they're benefiting from it. What is Shib benefiting from? No, they're gonna think of my dog. I'll end it here. I'll end it here. They're probably gonna think of my dog because I have a Shiba Inu. But I don't want to be disrespectful. I do want to end with this for the second question. I will go into the second question right now. Here we go. but it's a decentralized token. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Sure, you will. That Trophius, and going through that. So, or utility or the.
Shiba. Have transaction time. Have objects. That they disparity between the tensions taken for having have been questioned by our defense team. See it interruption of centralization. Case we are here to protect the project. So, and I mean so many to exploit those within the community, and so that is a message that I really just to put out. Majority to be over. It's not the to your question. Have a time. We have people take charge of their actual strong. Fortunately, to make Shiba and from day dot you can Shiba is plenty. Shiba is Shiba is so popular. So many. Because you can afford it. You can go on to any franchise exchange these days. Buy Shiba. You can stake it. Building utility Shiba is which is exclusivity because Shiba for Shiba to be currency to build the locations for you to use it. We need to build the utility. It's no point me saying, yeah, here you go, here's all your Shiba. It's worth this much now. That's fun. Like, okay, but like, it's great if you just want to make gains, but here to do just an vehicle.
Yeah.
Afraid to say.
Yeah, I've never said that the goal is to just be a pump and dump or just to be, a form where we're just looking at it for just quick gains out of nowhere. It's obviously I know the ecosystem is big and I respect what you guys are doing. It's just the little pieces that people see. And that's what really matters, where it's like this could have been, a 0.5% into caring about Shiba Inu or burning or something like that. So I respect everything you said and what everybody's doing. I'm not saying you guys are exploiting anything or anybody. We just, want to make sure we see that transparency to the ecosystem that you have 1.1 million holders to. So I appreciate your guys' time. I don't want to disrespect anybody else. It seems like I may have, stepped on a couple of toes or something here, but I really appreciate your time. Mhm. A- a- Absolutely. That does really really help me. Keep me in mind for a question at the end. I know you guys probably don't want to after all of this, but keep me in mind for a question at the end, please, because I. Well, that's what I mean. I said to my community that we're looking to ask the hard questions because people that are successful don't get here by asking those softball sugar coated questions. We get here by basically walking into a room and saying, what are the problems and how do we fix it? You know. Hey, the end of that sounds like a problem, and you're fixing it with the response. Yeah. It's going pretty good. Yes. I have not, no. It does. It does make sense.
Just very quickly, completely forgot. Does JR do for SHIB?
Mm-hmm.
Just touch on that quickly. Don't forget, option is like, which will be on here. Don't forget, SHIB is used to purchase those clothes. So have a message on their store. It is in-store locations as well as the online stores and distribution. So
Okay.
it's a full implementation and a full SHIB collection. I mean, just imagine all it takes is one. And JR have many connections to the red carpet you wearing, say John Richmond SHIB collaboration.
Yeah. I think that's just to add one last piece. I think that's might not add as much, because if you have companies that actually take SHIB off their balance sheet, like say AMC, AMC, you spend at AMC and they're taking it off their balance sheet. Basically, nobody's holding it, so it's not going to be really good for SHIB. So buying a depreciating asset with an appreciating asset is not really that great, but it is great to be able to have any type of use, nonetheless. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, thanks. All right, guys. So that was good.
And good conversation.
That was really good.
Tough questions are always good, right? All right, guys. Up next, we've got come in here. Okay. I know we were trying to get.
That was really good, guys.
We were trying to get. Yeah, I'm gonna get up Fabrizio here because
wasn't the best answers, but it was really good.
So And he's gone. Okay, so I'm sorry.
I see him here.
Is he there? There he is. There he is.
Yeah.
He's coming up there. All right, perfect. Got him up, going on. So we've got little Buzz, Fabricio. How you doing tonight?
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm doing well. Can you just introduce yourself to everybody?
Perfect.
Well, I'm a digital content creator for cryptocurrencies and online businesses here in Ecuador, and I've been following
Made me so
Shiba
proud.
Inu since
Thank you.
almost its first appearances, and start doing videos about it.
Decentralization
I
and
think
shit,
like 80% of my subscriber count is from
you did great
like Shiba
because
Inu holders.
it shook some nerve.
So
Yes.
pretty strong with Shiv. So yeah, and thanks for having me here. I think I'm the only one from the Spanish-speaking and Latino community. So thanks a lot for not letting us behind. And yeah, so I have some questions that I will really love to be answered and discussed.
They didn't know
with you
what
guys.
to do with me. I'm sure they did.
Well, fire away on your first question.
I'm not saying they're malicious in any way.
I was thinking about the process in which like someone launches a project. Like I will always think that
chicken nugget.
like it's just my opinion, then building like a sustainable environment and then build utility.
Thank you, Juan.
Will be the order. But you guys been developing the Shiba Swap. Now you're working. You did the NFTs. You did the metaverse and this and that. And then I assume it will come the Shibarium. So my question will be like to understand, because there's like some people ask this a lot, is why is it the Shibarium at last and not at first?
That's true. I wanted to ask that.
I'm happy to take that one.
I wanted to ask that.
Someone else wants to?
Great answer. Or great question, not answer.
That's a really, really good question, Fabricio. So the reason, like, look, we would love for Shibarium to be first. I will put that out there. There were many things that we were hoping we could have Shibarium completed for before. But unfortunately, the Shib train doesn't wait for anybody, including us. For the level of quality and security required and testing, collaboration with X Fund, everything like that, unfortunately, it just takes time. And we were thankfully in a position where we've built such a strong community and such a valuable team. We had the resources to make progress on the other projects. Another thing that I really like to sort of share with people and clarify on is, because we do have three main developers and project leads, being Shaitoshi, Carl, and Eric, we are able to take a sort of triple-pronged approach in our development. So they actually helm the different projects all at the same time. So Carl has been working diligently on just about every aspect of all of our projects and launching, Shib.io and things like that. He does all of those, but he's also just been hammering away at Shibarium and working with X Fund this entire time. So that really just puts into perspective how much work goes into developing something like this, especially when, again, because we do take security so sincerely, and so, it really is something very near and dear to our hearts as a team, is protecting everybody. We work with pretty limited teams as well. So limited personnel, being led by one main developer. It's something that, we get everything done as quickly as we can, but to ensure quality, we will always take that time. But that's not to say that we prioritized the metaverse or the games or anything like that over Shibarium. I really want to stress that that's not the case. So Shibarium has been under development this entire time. It was purely that the people with the skill sets for these other projects were available, so we began work on those and we pushed those along. So I myself, I'm part of the game development team. I could not do anything to help develop Shibarium because it's not where my skill sets lie. So hopefully that answers your question and provides a bit of clarity.
Yeah. I understand the complexity of the Shibarium, and it makes sense. But yeah. So to move on, my second question it has a little bit of context first in order to be fully expressed. But the thing is that we know in terms, I'm gonna be talking about the ecosystem. So in terms of Bone, like I'm really like going heavy on Bone. It's simple in terms of gas fees, governance. There's like huge utility. Like then we have Leash. Like, I know Leash like acts like a store of value for early access to different features, but we've seen a bunch of parts of the ecosystem focus on different types of utility, but there's like one main utility in the crypto space that determines the long-term future of a asset, which is like payments. Like people, like most of the people ask me, like, so where should I invest in crypto? And I always say, look out for the cryptos that have a sustainable environment where people don't buy it for it to make money. They buy it for use it. So like payments is a big part of this. It's a stable coin. And myself as a business owner, I would never want to be paid in a volatile asset. I would like to be paid in a stable asset. And that's what Ryoshi said on the manifesto. One of the first, like he stated the example of, I think, I don't know, somewhere in Europe, somebody paying fish with Shi. So there we have Shi for payments, and using the Shibarium, like, is no fees. So where's my question, going like exactly to the question, is where's SHIB really behind in terms of, I understand that SHIB is like the representation of the movement of decentralization and the whole project. This is going. But like people, and I'm talking for the Spanish speaking audiences, that I've been reading a lot of people like getting mad because they feel yeah, I don't think that way. The price went up. Feel that SHIB is being left behind. Now it's flat. Taking in consideration people liked when I talked. That's what it was. Really, where's like SHIB behind? Like you said, SHIB was currency. I will see the stable coin, as a currency. So get it out, bro. Shiba Inu is just gonna be like the representation of the movement, and with all these features, they're gonna like bring like FOMO to the ecosystem. And I think it will eventually pump. But really, Shiba Inu, what is gonna be used for?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one. So she is basically the stable coin. So whether you're using USDT or USDC right now, that's basically what we're going to ask the question for. So and right now, I think I need to remind everybody that SHIB is currently being used as a currency in hundreds of small businesses around the world right now, also with a burn mechanism in place. So this gets overlooked because it is some of these smaller shops that are using it, but we've also got some bigger businesses utilizing SHIB as a payment method through Now Payments. So this is definitely something that is being currently utilized and will continue to be utilized as a currency on Shibarium. So if anything, the utility as a currency is just going to get bigger. But sometimes you just want a stable coin where that makes sense. Love your because name. Right now, if you're buying something in SHIB and you see that the price is fluctuating by a certain amount, as a business owner, you're going to charge a certain premium to make sure that you don't fall below that volatility for the day, that you can change that over, use it to pay your suppliers. Dude ran around the field twice, came back with a Big Mac, but the question's still not out. So that's funny. With that, SHIB is going to have to be converted to something pretty instantaneously to maintain your profit margins, or you're going to end up paying more for a product with SHIB.
But volatility. Yeah. Stating what you just said, if I myself see like Shiba Inu being accepted like in everywhere, I'm talking as a business owner, not as a someone who loves Shiba Inu and wants to accept payments, because what you said is true. There's a lot of places that accept Shiba Inu as a form of payment, but business owners will need to monetize that. And like having a full expansion of Shiba Inu as a form of payment that's not true. Absolutely expand the selling power. It's like the selling force for this asset. So it's a little bit. I know that it's hard to figure out the right way, but
It's a weird sound.
Those are the concerns that always pop in my mind. Like, yeah, I've seen a lot of people accepting Shiba Inu, but I wouldn't be in like, if I accepted Shiba Inu and I need to pay my rent, I need to pay my bills, like I would sell Shiba Inu to pay for my stuff. So like, that's where you use the stable coins.
You know, right now, when we move to Shibarium, I think you're going to really see that adoption. So right now, if you're trying to buy a cup of coffee or just interact with a small business, let's say you go to a cafe that accepts Shiba Inu and you're paying for a average.
We need to burn more SHIB. Thanks, Matt, for not giving up. Thank you for that $20. I appreciate that. I didn't make any videos today, so that really does help me out a lot.
We're going to see a lot more adoption, and Shiba Inu will still remain as a currency. It's a currency.
And I've been
right
struggling
now, even though
with the
fairly limited.
the
We've only
views
got
here.
Several hundred businesses around the world.
Matt for president.
When we reach thousands on Shibarium and tens of thousands of businesses, you're going to see a lot different.
He's talking about Shiba Inu. Come on, man.
I always tell the community that the Shibarium is going to be a game
Triple
changer.
super chat
But
hype.
they
Yeah,
always-
thank you for sending that
they
super
get-
chat.
They get so, like, I've seen people getting so anxious for the Shibarium. And that is the main question. I recommend, please go ask when Shibarium. I personally don't care.
Is there a B
when
there?
Shibarium is going to be like the starting point of
Trenton, thank you for that super chat.
My whole adventure.
$9.99. I appreciate that, guys.
So like, I really don't care when Shibarium goes out, but that you said it. Like Shibarium's gonna make an ease.
Do you think they're BSing?
Transactions. That's what I would think. And that was really like the main thing I was always asking. Why not Shibarium first? But yeah. And but thanks for answering that. Yeah,
tag on there as well.
May I just step in really quick
Sure.
to comment something?
Perfect.
But this is from Eric, and
Here's Trophius.
for Shibarium, and
Here comes
something that
Trophius.
people need to understand is that, Shibarium, yes, it's in the works, it's coming, awesome, but we need to develop to build towards it too.
She
L2,
tweeted 10 minutes ago. What did he tweet?
It's just as good as the projects it holds. So we have seen other projects, and these other projects are building for Shibarium. They're building towards it. So we need to also, kind of get them to the details.
Anyone who doubts ShibX collaboration is going to eat their words on a sesame seed bun. And if you don't think a supermodel wearing SHIB design isn't revolutionary, then there is nothing else to say. What does that do for SHIB? What does it do for anything in the ecosystem besides your pockets? That pisses me the fuck off. That pisses me off so much. Okay.
A different team.
Okay. Please tell me how.
I understand. Like, if you would have built the Shibarium first,
Do you see this?
you would have limited to what we have.
Please tell me how.
I get it now. I get it. If you build like the features first, then you will do
What?
a blockchain that benefits all this ecosystem, because you don't know what you're gonna have in the future.
What?
So, now I understand. I think that's
Exactly.
a
It is a
Do they just throw out hit pieces on people? Like, is that?
And when you're having, parallel projects with different teams, I mean, isn't that what decentralization is?
Wait.
Hello. Can you hear him, Fabrizio? Fabrizio, can you hear us? I can hear you, Trophius. Fabrizio.
Okay.
Fabrizio, can you hear us? Okay, I think we're losing Fabrizio there on the blockchain. So,
Whoa. What are you guys doing?
yeah, no.
It does come down to the projects, and
What are you guys doing, man?
really centers in.
Thanks, Matt, for your awesome. Thank you for sending that.
The projects that will be on the platform.
Thank you for sending that super chat. I appreciate that.
And if there's a
I
project
posted
out
your
there that
daily
is building
schedule on
for
Discord
Shibarium,
so everyone knows how busy
that
you are.
strengthens
Well,
Shibarium.
thank you.
It
Thank you. I
strengthens the
appreciate that.
entire ecosystem for it too.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
For She and Bone. Bone is the governance token. Bone is the gas token.
That
Yeah,
is
so it's gonna
crazy.
strengthen everything.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for sending that $50 super chat. I should be paying you, first of all,
Projects come on,
for
it becomes
everything that you
a
do.
bigger
So
blockchain.
I appreciate that a hell of a lot.
Of course.
So much.
Like,
guys.
When new blockchains get launched, people get hyped of the new
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Jay Appleseed. I really appreciate that so much. And thank you, Texas Crypto, as well, for sending that.
It makes a lot of sense.
You guys are amazing.
Okay. Listen, guys, I don't mean to cut things short.
Andre,
really good questions.
thank you.
I'm glad you brought them up.
Thank you so much.
I hope you got the answers you wanted.
Jeez, that surprised the hell out of me.
A lot of people are thinking about decentralization, different teams working together collectively to bring forward.
I'm gonna like send you some like Zelda Inu or something. Like,
I've seen.
Thank you for the $50.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to move you on, and I'm gonna bring up December next. Stick around. I'm gonna bring you down, and I hope you have a great day. And now we have. Yeah, go ahead. You still there?
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, Fabrizio. Have a good night. All right, I'm gonna bring.
Let's hear what December DeMarco has to say.
We have December. How you doing, December?
What's good? Appreciate you for having me. How y'all feeling?
No problem. Doing well. Can you introduce yourself to the crowd here, December?
Shout out to all the future millionaires that rock with me on the channel. So I'm a YouTuber, also educator. I teach people about investing. So I have a few different courses that I already started teaching before I got on YouTube. So I already had a following. And then once I got on YouTube, we started covering trading stock options.
Trenton, thank you for that super chat.
You know, crypto got hot.
Thank you so much.
Wave, so we, focused more on that. Shiba Inu, became one of those tokens we focused on and been covering it ever since. So, that's a little bit about my background. And
what the fuck is
just
that?
here to ask a couple questions, really.
Yeah, not a problem. I think we've talked before, right, December? You sound familiar. But listen, go ahead. Ask your first question.
Okay, first off, I want to say shout out to all the team members, all the
thank you, Texas, for saying that.
Members helping hold it down. Make sure y'all follow me, man. I'm following y'all, so tap in with me. But my first question is, I heard Queenie mention that, and also Archangel mentioned anyone can basically build around Shiba. I wanted to know, does the team support these efforts, and what should we do to officially bring it to
Trophy? Speak up.
Something that
the community initiatives. It's honestly, especially for me,
why does this have to be this way?
About being part of the growth team is people who reach out to me and all of the things that I see. However, as I mentioned before, security is paramount. We do not want our community exploited by scammers and people looking to, exploit the community in essence. And it even comes down to simple things like they say they will, do X, Y, Z with 60% and A, B, C with 40%, but then come us investigating or them going about it, it's like, oh, they actually only did a 20% contribution to the community.
Like what?
So it's a bit nuanced, but I just wanted to jump in at the start and say that, yes, we absolutely support it. As we said,
you don't.
Building around SHIB, all of these community initiatives, accepting it in your store or as payment for a hobby you do, or
I don't agree
anything
with
like that.
I don't care what you say. I don't agree with it.
And we love it.
I don't care. I don't agree
I
with it.
imagine a defense person would be best to speak on the second half, though. So I will leave it there.
We want to talk about that, or Tro?
Could you repeat the second part? Sorry, I was spaced out there for a moment.
Sorry, I'm having connection issues, guys.
It was regarding how to go about collaborating.
I'm having connection issues, guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so all you have to do is if you have a project, put something together, you go to our Discord, you make a ticket, just say exactly what you're trying to do.
And then kick you.
One of the defense members
will kick you.
We'll look it over when we have time. We do have quite a list to look at anyway. But when we start looking at it, then we'll start
kicking people.
With you, kind of interact, try to figure out exactly what the
they'll just kick you.
Goal is and what you would like to do for our community. And then after that, then we'll go more of a private with your token or with your project or anything like that to make sure everything's kosher. Then after that, it'll go to the growth breed. But we're more than welcome. All you have to do is just make a ticket in Discord, and me or someone else will be happy to take a look at it and answer any questions, or if we have to investigate a little bit more.
Ask a question about your investments and get tossed.
All right. Okay. If that makes any sense, or if that was answering that question.
No.
Yeah, it answers that. But I was, wondering also, like, for some of us YouTube content creators that, maybe y'all might be more familiar with, is there a more direct way, that y'all would welcome?
No, they'll just.
As in for
it's a good question.
Endorsement of YouTube channels or
for communicating.
For communicating
with some of these ideas to bounce them back and forth.
Yeah. Well, that actually happens within the tickets. So it is a direct messaging functionality. It's not like an auto bot or anything like that.
Are you talking about for statements?
Here goes
like for special exclusives or something to that effect?
Well, no, just like with the content creators that are, more known in the community, being able to have a direct way to bring ideas to you guys and, figure out how we can go about that.
Yeah, I mean, the Discord's probably about as direct as you can get. You can reach any member of
like everybody else,
growth or defense.
You're bringing all the people, all of the questions from the community to one person or to one group of people. You should be able to have some sort of, step in front of the line,
not
right?
Really a direct approach, but it'll have a form to fill out that'll go to each of the breeds.
Am I wrong by saying that? I feel like I'm not wrong. You should be able to take all community questions, go directly to them.
Through the help desk system that the swap helpers help us on, and
I feel like I'm gonna make enemies today.
I think
because if I continue with this, it's gonna be arguments. Like I'm gonna make enemies.
We look at a project,
and then they're just gonna be like, "Well, we'll write another article about you, man. We'll write another article." They're already tweeting about me. Like, what the? Come on, man.
Investigate a little bit more, have discussions as a whole, and kind of understand the project a little bit better, and then we'll direct you to the right area where growth will happen. Hopefully that.
You just want to talk about Burns and really say that anyway.
Yeah, we're trying to make it as direct as we can already.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Satoshi. I speak with I chop it up with Satoshi in the DM, so that's a direct line. But I was more just speaking in general for everyone. But that does answer the question. But my second question is, what is something that you guys would like to see us do as a community that can help push the ecosystem forward more? Like, is there something that you guys sit back and think about? Like, okay, we got these YouTubers that do this, they make the content on it, but we would like them to do something like this, or focus more in this area, or is it something like that y'all would like to see?
It's a good question.
I think the beauty of our community is the vibrance and diversity of it. So I personally enjoy that we have such an array of content providers. I think it would be kind of cool, I guess, if we could give direction to YouTubers to make content. It's not something I think we would ever want to control the narrative of, because part of the value, of course, of content creators is that they are representatives of the community, and that is why we tried to bring up a relatively diverse spread to this AMA. I guess realistically, if
investment guy, you would love to hop on live with me.
Any questions?
Maybe sometime.
You are thinking of ideas for Shib, and you want to know our opinions of hey, what do you guys want to see a
Thank
video
you for stopping by. I appreciate it.
It's really just a matter of reaching out.
This live is not about CRO, but yeah, we can definitely chat it up about CRO.
If that's something you want
hit
to
me up on Twitter.
For example, he puts together tutorials.
Yeah, hit me up on Twitter, and I'll follow you so you can DM me, because I don't have my DMs open.
I hope that I've understood your question correctly.
You didn't answer the question.
Add on to that, and it was just said, on the back end, are you in for the content creators, and you're wanting I'll say a special room, just so for when we may have a beta of something, or some to that extent, and you want to have first dibs, or for
that would definitely be helpful. Showcase. Something like that.
Yeah, we don't have any comments right now, but I think in the future that might be something we could help with. Yes.
Okay, whoa, Don.
I have one quick question.
Don coming in hot with a $99, $100 super chat. It's more blessed to me to give than to receive. A lesson yet to be learned by many. I totally understand what you mean. I'm the exact same way. Love giving. and I'd rather give than receive, and I appreciate that so much.
Everybody follows me, December DeMarco.
Jeez.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Appreciate y'all for letting me pull up.
Thank you so much. I love your energy.
Yeah, December.
Thank you for coming up.
Thanks for coming up. And good question. After we move along, stick around. I'm gonna bring you down.
Don, that is amazing.
Who is next?
Don, that is amazing. Thank
Queenie,
you
your
so much.
fellow Aussie.
Jay Appleseed,
Yeah, hello.
just as
How you
amazing as
doing?
well. Thank
Hey
you
guys,
for
how you
sending
doing? This is
both
Ace from
of
Ship
you
Planet.
guys
How's everyone
doing
doing?
absolutely
Doing
phenomenal
well,
things.
Ship Planet. So you might know a few of the breeds here, but could you introduce yourself to the rest of the audience?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, my name is Ace. I represent the Ship Planet channel. I pretty much joined Ship around a similar time as everyone else, probably around early April as well. And the focus of my channel is pretty much to provide information, and I
I'm
run
gonna get a chance to ask
simulations,
more questions.
about
Probably
Ship.
not.
I do some market interpretation. I have a
Probably
background
not.
in finance. I've been working as a finance analyst for 10 plus years
It's like
in
asking
various
an
roles.
apple, but they
So I
gave
like to
you
think I have an understanding
a
of
fork.
how the finance space sort of works. So I was naturally drawn into crypto. So I tend
There
to
goes
let
cravings
a
for
lot of that
apples.
sort of style flow
I don't know what
into
that means.
my genre
Don,
of channel. And
thank
yeah,
you.
and I've just been
Jay Appleseed, thank you.
I'm very
Everybody
excited
that sends
for
super
the
chats, thank you so
ecosystem.
much.
Very
Again, I
useful,
didn't create content today, so this actually
token,
gets me up to the level to where I
moment,
was
and
supposed to be at
yeah,
for today,
forward to
because
the
I
rest.
spent a family day with my
All right, that's
kids and my
awesome.
wife.
As you know, Ship Planet, because I've seen you around. I
So
like
thank
to
you
pick on
guys.
Australians a lot.
Go for it.
Leave him alone, Rowdy.
I'm in there.
What is your
I'm just not
your
up at the
question
top.
for the breed?
Yeah, sure. Before I start with my question, I'll probably start off with a comment first, because I do notice that most of the questions have been fairly similar. And I'd just like to let everyone know, as YouTubers, a lot of the questions which we're asking in this forum, they're actually an echo of stuff which we see in our comment sections already. So it's
And
not
tell
just
them to
from
burn
us
on
as
the
well.
portal so they can
my
use
general comment is,
Ryoshi's
I
gains
do
to
think
burn
they
even
should
more.
be,
So
they-
I've talked to them about it, but I think they have the plans to burn off their own coin as well, because they're going through something with Shiba Inu again. So
I do think that's
they
actually very important, because we used to rely on
the devs and the
white
leaders
paper,
suck,
the white
basically.
paper, early back when SHIB started. So a lot of the questions were were different, but I do think, I don't know if anyone wants to comment on the progress of the wiki. I know there's going to be a specific dedicated portal where a lot of these things are going to be answered. I do think that is extremely important, because if us as YouTubers are asking these questions, that's a reflection of what is not necessarily understood in the community as well.
Yeah, true.
And I think if there was a portal where we could just send people to, and they can watch some sort of trailer which answers their core questions, where the core questions, whether that be the value of the SHIB, the view of the ecosystem, so they can get it. I like to think I get it, but clearly not everyone else does. So I don't know. So what is the progress on that portal?
You're welcome, Matt. Just keep
being
doing what you're
made?
doing. Greatly appreciated. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
So I'm not going to give out any release time information, just because I really hate giving deadlines. But I will say that it's going to start with the V3 of the Wolf paper, and we're going to kind of break it down in a way that holds true to what Ryoshi's Visions medium has at the core. Yep. And of course, we're going to talk about DAO. We're going to talk about CertKick. We're going to talk about Shiboshis. We're going to talk about the partnerships. It's all being baked into the version 3 of the book paper, or our white paper. And that'll be a continuous update. There will be no versions after that. Whenever a change is done, it'll go onto that page directly. And of course, the community will know when the updates gets pushed through and everything. We'll make announcements off of that, but that's, future stuff. For, the wiki itself, when it comes to tutorials,
Probably
about
the dev team, yeah.
the ecosystem, whether it's Shiba swaps, Shibarium, or what have you. That's going to be released a little bit later, but at the basic core of it all, you're going to have the Wolf paper start the process of it all.
Okay, no, that
and the
sounds
Wolf
good.
paper is in the works right now. We have all of the sections done. The general size of the template is done. Now it's just making it look amazing and adding the content in, which some of the content's already been built. So it's coming along, it's progressing, it's looking really good.
Okay, that's all good. Will it be able to answer Clay's and Matthew's questions to satisfaction?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying our best, but we won't please everyone. We already know that. And that's just, the fact of life. But
fair enough.
Super fair.
We do have a partnerships page on it. We will have a community recognition page. We're thinking about the community for this. And it's not just going to be on us taking care of the wiki. In the future expansion of the wiki, you will have other community members pitching in and writing articles, and that's going to be the beauty of this wiki. It's not just going to be a wiki, it's going to be an educational platform that is educated around SHIB's ecosystem. But then you can also talk about security measures, how to stay safe, how to use MetaMask, how to use XYZ, hardware wallet. You can expand out it for a community-based documentation area and have it really, really nice community built into the core of it. And that's the view that we have for the wiki itself.
And on that, I think it's a really important aspect, that education section, something that I personally am really passionate about as well, because as I mentioned earlier, we do recognize that SHIB was a lot of people's first cryptocurrencies, including myself. And being so new and changing so frequently, the decentralized space and cryptocurrency as a whole, it is confusing. If you're not particularly tech or finance savvy, it can be a bit of a struggle. So that's something that we really want to be able to facilitate the understanding of. So, yeah, it'll be a living document, as Trafias said. It'll feature
How do you say his name? Is it Trophius or Trafias?
The V3 with paper, but sections that we can expand and adapt and grow accordingly as the community's desires and needs change, and so that we can meet them from an informational perspective. Because, as I always say, the number one cure to FUD is education. Misinformation is the only enemy that we really have.
Awesome. Thanks for that response, Queenie.
Yeah, not a problem.
For my next question, I wanted to ask maybe something more on the ecosystem development, side. How are things looking, with play side and the play to earn game at the moment? I do know that PlaySide is developing our mobile and PC, non-crypto version. So is there any updates? Which we heard, like progress?
That's hilarious.
I have seen a few artwork, here and there, and it looks really, really, really good.
Miguel.
Yeah.
And are you able to, in this forum, give us some teasers or anything?
I needed that. I needed that laugh.
Get people excited.
So I think I can take this one. So I have access to the development sort of what's the word? The developer app version of the game.
Holy shit!
I've completely gone blank of what it's called.
That was funny.
Development build. Thank you.
That was funny. That caught me.
I have that on my phone currently. I have been testing it with each iteration. The work that PlaySide is doing is amazing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I cannot speak more highly, and Rowdy might accuse me of bias because I'm Aussie and so are they, but it's phenomenal. The only reason you haven't seen more teasers is that it's not I think I'm getting echo somewhere. It's not ours to leak or tease at the moment, because up until the contract's completion and the actual sort of finalization of the game itself, we technically don't own it. These are PlaySide's efforts and assets, and we can't
your SHIB and put it in the CRO. I'm very frustrated, especially thinking these people are using us
I am currently
to grow their
working
own
on trying to get some sort of teaser or promotion underway with PlaySide, because obviously we do work very closely with them on this. At this time, I can't share any visuals or give anything away, but all I can say is that I am an avid gamer. have been my entire life. I love card games, especially. It's very unique. It's doing a lot of justice. And one thing that I think is especially important for this version, because it is obviously the non-blockchain version, I think they have done a really good job of making it both nostalgic and endearing to people who hold SHIB, with inside jokes and kind of puns and things for the cryptocurrency community. But they've also made it really approachable for people who just want to approach it as a game. So they could play this without really knowing that it's a crypto game.
I'm a gamer. I play solitary.
Really important to the success of a mobile game.
I play Uno all the time. I'm a gamer.
It's very beautifully
Draw 4,
done.
bitch.
The artwork is incredible. The aesthetic, the ambience, everything is. I'm very satisfied and honestly pleasantly surprised. Like, I knew it would be good. I didn't think it would be this good this quickly. So obviously we'll see how the actual final builds go. I'm really hoping that we can share something.
She's filibustering, yeah.
Soon. And for those of
Solitaire
who own Shiboshis, because obviously we'll be adapting this version of the game as the blockchain one. If you're attached to your Shiboshi, especially visually, you're going to really appreciate some of the elements of this of the game. So still a bit of a watch this space, but I'm trying to get some permission from PlaySide.
I'm a gamer. I play hopscotch.
That's what,
play hopscotch, boy.
The blockchain version. Is there anything that you or anyone on the team can mention? Like you have mentioned some progress updates, obviously, with the play side. What about the play to earn? Are you going to wait until that's completed to be able to use similar assets, for the blockchain version?
Yeah. So we do need to wait until the sort of majority of the assets and pardon me, the bulk of the PlaySide version is done. I believe the actual blockchain integration aspects or any of the tokenomics involved, or with the obviously with the play to earn and Shiboshi elements, that is being, it's been conceptualized. It is being worked on and development.
Shiboshis, that's the name I was thinking of. I couldn't think of the name of the NFTs.
Underway, but it really is just waiting on the completion of that contract, which kudos to PlaySide, considering they've got their own projects going on. And obviously we're not the only people who have contracted them for work. They have done a really good job of making this progress. And
she plays Angry Birds.
I would be really surprised if we didn't hit that release window of Q1 FY23, which is obviously July to September.
Working on a Ministry of Misinformation.
Well, of course they will. They're Australian. They'll get that.
Yeah, we can get it done.
They play skip rope.
Yeah, I don't know about that there, Queen. I'm confused because I think I'm going to have to play the game upside down. And all that stuff. But listen, Planet, I don't need to wrap things up.
All good, man. I'm done anyway.
Great questions and great discussion. And we're going to have to bring up the next guy there. And just if some of the guests disappeared into the blockchain, so we've lost a couple of guests there. I'm not sure. We're looking for them now. If they don't come up, I apologize on behalf of Shiba Sessions. Twitter does that. It'll do weird things to you. So, Shiba Planet, thank you very much for your questions, and I hope you have a good time down under there.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
All right. So, next up, we have Queen Din, if I pronounced it right, and I will not try to pronounce your first name. You can let me know what that is, Queen Din. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I have two short questions.
Okay, can you introduce yourself? First off, could you introduce yourself and let us know who you are and what you're about?
My first question is, can Shiba create job opportunities for people in the upcoming days? If yes, what will you do for this? Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for your question. I really appreciate coming on. I know you were a little worried about any potential translation issues. Job opportunities within the team or just within the ecosystem as a whole? Could you clarify?
Okay, I think he's having some problems with his mute button there. Why don't you just go on both of those there, Queenie?
Yeah, sure. So Within the team, we're always scouting within the community for people who are making concerted efforts and really showcasing their skills and talents. We do try to, bring people in as much as possible. We've had quite a lot of lovely new members to the growth breed as well as the defense breed. So job opportunities, I guess I define job loosely, but
would they hire me in the defense breed?
Opportunities to contribute and be part of the team are prevalent.
Can I be a part of the defense breed?
Within the ecosystem,
I want to be a part of the defense breed.
It depends, really. SHIB can stimulate certain parts of the economy, and as we've seen with the work in Venezuela and the SHIB zone there, I think SHIB has likely given a lot of people an avenue for creation of business and jobs through that as well. So it's a bit of a broad question.
It's been eye-opening, but it's
it is
sort of trash. Straight
so
garbage.
That helps.
Okay, Coined-In, that was your first question answered, and you have a second one.
Come on.
Thanks. My second one.
That's a little dark, Jay Appleseed.
Of Shibarium from Avalanche, Solana, and Ethereum.
Yeah, well, so they're all a little bit different there. So Avalanche, you said Avalanche, Solana, and Ethereum, was it?
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously Ethereum is the base layer, and Avalanche and Solana offshoots. With, I think Polygon is probably relevant here too. So they're the layer 2 scaling solutions. In terms of differences to our competitors, I think the major part is that while our goals are similar, which is to speed up transactions and lower the costs, the main thing about Shibarium is that ecosystem focus. So its base functionality and goal is, as I mentioned, to make it cheaper and faster, but the inherent value of Shibarium, developing it in-house and from within the team, is that idea of incorporating our entire ecosystem so that it can grow and flourish on top of it. So it will be the way it integrates with our tokens, with our NFTs, and with our community as a broader aspect.
Everything went down after I started talking, or after I stopped talking. To add on to that, Queenie, I think that's a really important differentiation with Shibarium, in that all of the ecosystem projects will be integrated with Shibarium as much as possible. And some of the other layer 2s, like Polygon, for example, kind of saw this writing on the wall, so to speak. So they actually created something called Polygon Studios, I believe, just a short time ago, maybe a few months ago, maybe a year ago. Time kind of flies by for me on that perspective. But yeah, so we're kind of doing things in a little bit reverse, but we've got the community, we've got the ecosystem, and we're creating Shibarium to act as the fluidity for that ecosystem, so everything can operate very quickly and very cheaply for the things that we've already got. So other layer 2s, they're kind of acting like the foundation, and we're underpinning our ecosystem with a foundation that with where the ecosystem already exists.
Okay, Coined-In, I hope that answered your question.
Sorry, I'm tipsy. You're good. You're good.
And I know you're probably having a bit of a button with the mute there, and I hope the translation's getting across to you. Guys, we're coming down to the end of the hour and the end of the guests tonight. So before we wrap things up, I would first of all like to thank everybody for participating tonight. Now, I really want to encourage people to remain their passion in cryptocurrency as well too. Tough questions are important. Delivery is also important. And there were some really good points and nuggets brought out tonight by everybody involved. And as an investor myself, one thing that I would really encourage is the do your own research. More specifically, one of the key points here that's coming out as we see these projects evolve is the understanding of stable coins. And I think a lot of people have a misconception of what stable coins are. So I encourage you, I'm not going to get into it with you, but I encourage you to go in, research what cryptocurrency stablecoins are used for, and trading pairs and retaining equity in the crypto market instead of turning it into fiat. Now, another point too is why we're going on through this, and we're looking at Shiba as a project moving forward. The security and safety and the observation and lessons learned from other projects and everything that's being evolved from that. One of the key events that happened this week in a huge bear market was brought up. UB, thanks for bringing that up, and that is Ape. And what we saw with Ape on the launch of their metaverse and the price action that took place on that.
Still going.
Take a look at that. You're gonna learn some lessons there. Important lessons. Patience is key. We are so early in the cryptocurrency market right now, and I understand people have a lot of passion and they want a lot of clarity and they want a lot of transparency. You, as YouTubers coming up here, I encourage you to realize that this is a two-way street as well too, and that's why there's hesitation sometimes, because we've had some issues in the past. Not we, like as Shiba project, in the cryptocurrency market, and you have a moral and ethical responsibility to make sure the transparency is just the same on your side as well too. So guys, thank you so very, very much for coming up this evening. I applaud everybody in their questions and value and respect all of you. Archangel, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, just again, I appreciate everybody coming out.
That was a little much.
I think,
what you think?
Just having this AMA strictly for content creators is a step in the direction of that two-way communication you were talking about, and just the transparency.
Apecoin doing awesome. What are they even talking about? Yeah, I know. It didn't even launch yet. Like what? Come on.
Of different segments, but really diving in to understand the full ecosystem and the paradigm that lives on. Just going back to Ryoshi's mediums, that's kind of like the foundational aspect of what SHIB started as, and then all of the expansion out of that is pretty amazing. This again, it's not a short-term project. I've seen so many short-term projects that have all these manipulations within their contract. And
that's Mama must have been a glass maker? What does that mean?
I'm not going to get into the burns or reflections right now, but
because I'm transparent.
This is
got you.
A foundational project.
I caught it. Took me a while.
Pieces working together.
Took me a while.
And I think the long-term view on this is probably not something that's as much appreciated in the crypto world, but definitely appreciated in maybe more the traditional finance world. But yeah, it's definitely something that I believe is going in the right direction, and I put my money where my mouth is on that.
Queenie, you got any passing words you want to pass on?
Mostly just to say thank you to everybody. Also, I'm sorry if I was just typing then and I wasn't muted. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who turned up, to all of the content creators who made time to be here and to collect those questions from the community. It's something that
I don't know what time period I asked the question, but you can go back and check.
We don't take for granted. I know that, again, maybe because I'm one of the more vocal members of the team on Twitter, and I kind of get my hands dirty with the comments that some would just label pointless FUD. Your opinions are valued, and I'm really grateful that we have a community in which people feel comfortable sharing them.
That's not milkshake.
The only thing I would say is that it's important to not let our hearts rule our investments. You can be passionate about SHIB and be passionate about the project and the ecosystem and everything we're building. But when it comes to price and it comes to the numbers, please remember that we are as much at mercy to them as the rest of you. There's nothing we can do about the price. There is nothing we can do
about the price.
CMC put on their website as the circulating supply. All we can do is provide our perspectives, our information, and understanding to the community. And realistically, just ride the waves of the market with everybody else. So, in essence, basically what I'm just trying to say is that if you're upset about the price, or you're feeling anxious about bear markets, or you feel that that apprehension of, oh no, did I make the wrong decision?
Milkshake didn't talk.
When you have those feelings,
I mean,
all I
sure,
would ask
sure
is
she's
that
talking
people
somewhere.
just take a moment, a beat, just a pause to consider whether or not that stems from the behavior of the project and things within our control, or the behavior of the overall market and investment, because we are just people at the end of the day, and the questions that we want to be able to tackle are the genuine fears and concerns, not people who are just panicking because they're losing money. And again, not to say that your concerns aren't valid. Of course, we want to see everybody prosper and make money.
I think I just gained 100 followers on Twitter.
As a point of what we can do, what we can help you with, what we can, share our.
I think I just gained 100 followers on Twitter in this
That's not something
AMA.
that we can do. So
it says a lot.
Take from that what you will. It's just a little thing that I've noticed floating around. There are people who I think will snap at us or snap at other community members only to turn around after a proper discussion and say, yeah, I know, I'm just a bit disappointed that, we're still down after X amount of months.
That's not what I'm disappointed about.
I think during these times, self-reflection, introspection, and patience with one another is critical. We're a very strong community. We have come through an entire year and a half of just...
That's because people hope for SHIB.
So many different things. We've had market ups, we've had market downs, we've had good news and bad news, and win after win, change after change.
You're definitely tipsy. You might want to
changing rules. There's been global.
Might want to cut it off a little bit.
Inquiries into
interesting
many
though.
tokens. There's been rug pulls. There's been the ongoing SEC Ripple debate. It's a lot. It really is. It's overwhelming, and there's nothing wrong with taking a break. SHIB isn't going anywhere. So before you lash out at your fellow community members or the team, just take a moment and just breathe and ask yourself, really, what is the root of your upset? And whether or not sometimes you just need to hit pause for a bit and just...
I expressed the root of why I'm upset. Did I not express it?
Just to digress from that, I always tell people I know in my life, if you're upset and you're having a hard time, stuff like
if you digress, you stop. Isn't that...
bubbles as angry as you can, and I guarantee your day will be better after that. Scorch, anything you want to say, Scorch.
If you digress, it's over. But if you obviously add to it, or to reiterate what she's saying...
I'm calling her out, but she doesn't want to. Deco, you want to say anything?
I'll say something. What's up, bud?
Hey, man. I haven't made fun of you in a while. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I hope everybody had a great time listening to the space. Thank you for everybody that stopped in. I know I didn't really get to talk much personally, but hey, I'm glad that we all got everybody together and got to answer some questions.
Don't they have 2 more people?
Don't be afraid to reach out to us on Discord. We're always there.
Until they kick you. You know what? You want to kick anybody?
No, just thank you for coming to listen and taking some, answers from us. And sorry that we couldn't really, answer everything to our.
You like how they said no personal things?
Security is very important.
Because they didn't want me to mention the article, but I did it subtly.
We will get them answered, I promise you, but it will take some time.
And I'm sure he understood.
Some more specific questions on, especially for the tax question that we got. We will formulate out everything for you guys, and we'll make sure the documentation for the bridge is accurate and very informational.
Outstanding. UB, you want to say anything?
God damn it. I don't care.
Thanks. Obviously, appreciate you being here and being our voice and keeping us sane.
Waste of fucking time.
Everyone in the community. Just keep going. Hopefully this mini.
Thank you for following me on Twitter.
Market goes away and we do go into a bull run and everyone's gonna be happy. To me, to everyone, if you have any questions, our DMs are always open. Feel free to personally DM me if you have a question. If you didn't get your question answered tonight, just let us know. If someone has any more that had, say, Matt or Claybro or anything like that, my DMs are always open.
Appreciate
I don't
that.
block anyone, nothing like that. I just want to make sure that your guys' voices are heard.
All right,
And,
I like that. I like that.
help the
You
whole
be,
community, 'cause that's why
you
we're
my
here,
man.
And, without the community, shit would be nothing.
You my
And
man.
that's all I have to say.
I like it. It's a straight dig at.
You want to say anything?
Dig at Trophius.
Yeah, I really just wanted to
I
thank
don't
everyone
block
for
anyone.
coming and listening tonight. I thought it was pretty fun. Sorry I didn't get to say more. Again, I think kind of same thing what Deco said is, you know, a lot of the others here answered the questions really well. I don't feel like I had too much to add. But again, going off of what Trophius just said and Yubi just said, we're always around to answer questions in Discord or Telegram.
He said
we
Matt
try to
first.
be super easy to reach out to and get a hold of. So if there's any questions that weren't answered,
Deviant.
or if you have any other questions or anything at all, or even just want to come and say hi, feel free to pop in and come hang out with us. We love to talk to you guys.
Awesome. Okay, guys, that's it for this evening. I'm really glad everyone showed up. I always say you want to change the world, don't ask permission, and that's the spirit of DeFi in my mind. So that's it. That's all we got. Go home. You can leave. There's no Marvel credit. There's no Marvel credits. There's not going to be anything coming out after this. I can sit here and you can listen to me. Go on. I'll say Bubble's really angry a couple of times.
Really angry.
I'll listen to him. I'll stay here.
You're right. It does work.
Yeah. Okay.
What is this?
Sessions. Let's shut her down.
Catch you guys later. Thank you all so much for coming out to
see y'all later.
All right. They need to do something with this because it was tiring holding that phone the whole time. All right. So 267 people here. I don't know if everybody saw, what was going on there or heard what was going on. But that was kind of a shit show, for lack of a better term. I mean, let me play an ad here. So if somebody gets an ad, thank you for watching it. I appreciate it. But I had a lot of stuff, and don't get upset with my spelling in any way, because I tend to mess up a lot of things. So when I was going up through here, I mean, I had a lot that I was looking to ask, and mainly they took my goal question, basically asking, what's the end goal of the ecosystem or SHIB. They took my goal question as a price. Like, I don't want to know what the prices that you're looking for. I don't want to know that you're looking for it to go to 1 cent or 2 cents. I want to know what you're looking to do with it, the end goal of it. I didn't want to push too much because it seems like they were literally this close to just kicking me out of this AMA here in this spaces. So I didn't want to push any more until I had questions at the end. And I did have a lot more questions at the end, like literally talking about burns. Is there a reason most ecosystem leaders don't support burns? The reason I ask is because you launched a burn portal. And why not partner up with some of these other burn projects that can now push burns into that burn portal and make the burn portal a lot stronger, as well as Ryoshi's vision and all that other stuff. So I feel like there were questions that, we couldn't really ask a lot. Like, there's a bunch of people, and great that they were all there. They were asking all these questions, and some of them, maybe a couple of them, were wasted questions. And I'll gladly say that. But, sometimes you take questions that you get from your community and you take that as the most important question because it was asked multiple times. So many people asked me when Shibarium, and I took that and I was just like, that's not the question I want to ask, because I feel like we're going to get that same answer. It's going to be a couple of months to weeks to whatever, right? They're not actually going to have that information. But then if they could have just said, this is the range. They could have said this month to this month. This is when we're planning for it to happen. If it doesn't happen, then we will continue to update you guys as we move forward. Why can you not give that type of information to give people the months or the range of months that you're looking into, right? I don't understand that. You're not asking, or you're not answering any of those questions. So that question there was pretty big. I did want to ask about the lands and ask, like, why did you change your mind? Now you're looking to purchase with SHIB. Why did you change your mind? They kept bringing up the ApeCoin example. Like, ApeCoin, what? Like, ApeCoin ran to almost $30. And then now, yes, it's decreasing. You're going to see a retracement on anything that pushes up, but it's higher than it was before. it was down at the level of what, like $12, and now it's what, down to 20, 22 or something like that. So it's still higher than where it was before, where it was previously. People are still making that move because you still have the launch of these lands, of the metaverse. So it really doesn't make sense to me. I understand there are probably some people within the leadership team that's watching this right now, but I totally, you guys can, go to my DMs. They're not open unless I'm following you, which I am following most of you. Even Tropheus, I'm trying to, and I'm blocked, so it's cool. But I basically want to, talk to you guys, and we can have these conversations. I love having conversations, and the point is that I want to improve everything as it goes forward. Like, I want to improve every step of the way. It's not about accepting what you have as being the most positive thing. Yes, great, celebrate. It's fantastic that you launched it, but also let's take a couple steps and let's look at something else that may need to be fixed that can add to the ecosystem as well, adding to SHIB, intertwining, all of these different, or interlocking all of these different pieces within SHIB itself, within the ecosystem, and you can go from there. I mean, it's just hilarious, right? Because you had all these questions that I could have asked, and it's not only about me. I don't want to create arguments. I want to be, that voice for a lot of the people that just want answers, but we're clearly not getting these answers. Claybro asked a perfect question, talking about, the ecosystem as a whole. And I had to, add to that I thought that was a very important piece, and it should have been answered a little bit more, right? Shiba Inu, we know, is in the middle, is king of this ecosystem, but we don't have ways that utility is building upon Shiba Inu. It's not all about Shiba Inu, but we understand that the massive support that comes from something, you need to support that, right? CRO understands, CRO supports CRO. Ethereum network understands that everything supports Ethereum. You literally have to go and buy NFTs, and you're buying it with Ethereum in order to do that, right? Even when these ecosystem or these tokens that are on the Ethereum network create NFTs, they're still freaking using Ethereum. So this is what I don't understand. Like, ecosystem tokens, and I understand that, this is not a coin, so it doesn't need to necessarily interlock all of these pieces with Shiba Inu because it's another token interlocking with other tokens. But if you're making SHIB the center of your ecosystem, it should freaking be the center of your ecosystem. Am I right? Like, so I'm not going to say that they're doing a horrible job. I'm not going to say that they just are launching things that are unnecessary. That's not the case. I think they're just the small piece that they're leaving out. The burn rate for Shiba Inu, utility for Shiba Inu, locking for Shiba Inu within all of these pieces connects the 1.1 million holders to that place. You're not going to see all of the land sales sell out unless you have Shiba Inu as a form of utility buying an appreciating asset with an appreciating asset. All of this talk of now payments, stupid, right? I like the fact that you can buy things with SHIB, but this always brings me back to the point to where people make that mistake with Bitcoin, and the person that bought a Papa John's pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin. I mean, 10,000 Bitcoin, come on. You could do the same thing with Shiba Inu, where now you're spending $25 or $22 at AMC Theater, and you spent $1 million SHIB, which could be worth $1 in the future, and now you just wasted $1 million spending $25 on SHIB, or spending $25 on AMC. So people, they just, I don't know if they understand or they do, and they just don't want to make it seem like anybody is right or anybody has a good idea out there. They say they hear it, but I don't see the true connection in actually hearing what they have to say. Because again, Claybro asked the nice way, talking about the ecosystem, and I asked, I guess, a nice way, but then followed it up with something that was more like direct. So anyways, we need to find utilities. We need to find utilization for that. Do you have any ability to add a new tax to SHIB, or is that impossible at this point? The reason I ask is because people want burns every transaction, and that's 100% true. If we look at the overall transactions, we can't do anything with that unless they had access to the contract, which they don't have access to the contract, so I already know that answer. But why I was trying to talk about that was I wanted to see what was going to be implemented within Shibarium, and how much volume they expect. I've never seen a team that doesn't have expectations. I've never seen it. And they're treating this more like a business than actual businesses do. So I don't understand how they're not looking at this with more expectation. They just came out and said that they have 15% of the net profits of Wellies. So that gives them so much more throughout this without even factoring in, Wellies, and like Wellies can now use the Shiba Inu dog, and they could have always used the Shiba Inu dog, but they weren't backed by the ecosystem or by the dev team. So that bothers the hell out of me because it shows that they're money driven rather than, looking at, the future value for Shiba Inu, because you're using the mascot, right? That's what they're using it as, a mascot, right? So this just, it bothered me, right? And now they're, some people are hinting at me on Twitter. I won't hint at anybody. I will talk about you directly. So I don't care. Like, I understand what you're saying. You can talk about me directly. The only person that actually talked about me directly was Tropheus, and it was all lies. If you can actually spit true like facts, then yes, you can talk about me, and I wouldn't come back at you, and I would just say, all right, well, I see your point. You don't like me. I don't like you. That's fine. But I'm a Tropheus fan all day. Go ahead and kick everybody. I'm not a Tropheus fan. That's not the case. Maybe one day, maybe we can dap it up and whatnot. But no, it's not happening today. Word, we're going to get a V2. I don't think we're going to get a V2. If we do get some sort of V2 where it's like, oh, we're launching another SHIB, they know that that a bunch of people would be gone. But the point is that, Shiba, SafeMoon, and Dogecoin, all garbage to me. I'm okay with people leaving SHIB, but it's not for everybody, especially the nearsighted. Yeah, they're pissing the community off, not implementing a meaningful burn. So this is another thing that they mentioned. They talked about the burn portal, and they said, well, look at this. The land's made $20 million, right? And the burn portal, we burned off 20 billion SHIB. Do you understand the difference of that? People are investing into an investment versus burning off their own money. I'm sorry, what's more enticing? You gaining money or throwing away your money? You answer that question. If I was to tell you, here are two options. You have a trash can on this side. You just put your money into that trash can, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. Or you have a real estate property that you want to put your money into that can now turn into more money in the future. Please tell me which one you would select. The left one, I guess it would be your right one maybe. The left one or the right one. Real estate or garbage. Which one do you want to choose, right? I'm not saying that the burn portal is garbage. I'm just saying they're comparing apples to oranges here, right? In my opinion, they're comparing apples to oranges. And I hate that so much. They always try and apply it to a situation that literally doesn't apply to one another. I've been hearing about SHIB burning coins, but I never see the total supply number go down. Yeah, that's an issue with the actual location where you're looking at that. The total supply number is what you need, not the circulating supply, but I know what you mean. Ask me anything, my ass. Everyone needs to join the Let It Burn channel and become a member, and let's destroy their damn supply. Yeah, I mean, that's what we need to do. It's not only Let It Burn channel, all of these burn tokens. Guys, we have a Discord group that we created. If you guys want to join the Discord group, we created this Discord group because unfortunately, you didn't get a response we wanted. Yeah, thank you for saying that I did great. If you guys want to join the Discord group, feel free to join this. We're looking to build this up so that we can actually provide utility. Because what they said, their own words, is that anybody can build anything around Shiba Inu, right? It's not about just that ecosystem, right? We all should be together, and we all should be supporting how to grow Shiba Inu and how to grow other things that are a part of that ecosystem. So what they've said is that anyone can build anything around Shiba Inu, which means that they are not technically they are the official Shiba Inu ecosystem, but they're not as well. You know what I mean? We can build something together and actually have burning methods and support the burning methods while they're over there trying to make money, because everything that we've seen, they're trying to make money. I mean, it bothers the hell out of me at this point. I just want freaking answers. And we had this whole AMA and it lasted, what, 2 hours, 2.5 hours or something, 2 hours, I guess. It just annoyed the hell out of me. It really did. So you guys let me know. I'm going to do another video. I banned 3 fake mats today. That's stupid. That is like, how do they keep, somebody told me that they were reaching out to like my friends and family on Instagram. And I was like, come on, man. I can't just go ahead and delete my Instagram and say I deleted my Instagram and now they're the only ones on Instagram, so I can't get them taken down for being the fake Matt because I wouldn't be on Instagram. You know what I mean? So like that's what sucks. I heard that, you know, PewDiePie was going through something like that. He has like 100 something subs on YouTube if you don't know who he is. Trash can all day. How can you do anything to the supply when 87% is owned by whales? So understanding whales are always a part of investments. You look at the stock market, and now we're starting to see the crypto market actually mirror the stock market. And all the investments that you go into, they're probably 70 to 80% owned by institutions. So technically whales, they're owning millions of dollars worth. And it's understandable why, because they need to invest into things as well, but they end up tanking and decreasing the price and, you know, pumping the price as well. I think it's an attempt to discredit you, Matthew. Yeah, I mean, they can't. They obviously can't. They know I'm very transparent and I like wear my heart on my sleeve, and they can do whatever they want. But, you know, I have a voice, and I'm going to continue to push this voice as much as I can. And they know that, you know, and I think one person that really, really gets it and just didn't want to hear anything of it and thought that they could silence me was Trophius. And now, am I saying it right? It might be Trophius. Somebody said it was pronounced a different way. But yeah, you might be right. What happened to them putting out a hit piece on you and them now letting you in AMAs? That shows the influence you swing here, Matt. Yeah, exactly. Keep holding them accountable. Exactly. That's what I was going to question, but people told me to take the high road, and I did take the high road. I mentioned it in like a subtle like sentence multiple times, talking about how they stated they're going to be transparent. And since they were going to be transparent, there's not really much dancing around a question that we expect within this AMA. So I tried to, you know, be subtle with it, but I didn't want to, you know, go ham and do anything personal. You could see that from the gate, they said, we don't want anything personal here. The only people that have anything personal is me and people from the leadership team, right? Not even the devs, the leadership team, right? So it's pretty interesting to me that they go and say that right from the start. You know, hey, we don't want anything personal here, so don't throw anything personal out. Please don't do anything personal. It's like, all right, well, okay, I won't. I didn't plan on it. You took the high road. Proud of you. Thank you. Thank you. I thought it was the best thing to do, but then when Trophius started talking about transparency again, because he came out and said, he was like, the word you're looking for is transparency. Yeah, I know what word you're looking for. You don't arrange a YouTube AMA who supports SHIB with the community. Think something about burning SHIB. Like your Let It Burn channel. You're thinking about doing something like the Let It Burn channel. That's amazing. I mean, I'm all for it. If you can build a community, if you can build a following, that's what the Discord group is for, right? If you feel as though you have a great idea, we have burn ideas here. You guys can join it. The link is not in the chat because I remember it started over because my internet connection is stupid. Let me see. If you guys want to join this Discord group, the link is pinned to the chat. And you guys can join up today and be a part of it. And if you have any ideas you want to bring forth, you can always bring these ideas over here. And then if we have enough support for it, obviously I can't be in here 24/7. So if moderators or admin or somebody comes over here and pushes it to me, I can always add you to the burn burn partnerships. So we're gonna bring up more burn partnerships. We have to update these numbers because I know that SHIB Superstore burned a little bit more. I know that ETH SHIB burned a little bit more. I think Shiba Burn Token is going to be doing a burn soon. I haven't talked to them in a little bit. It's been like maybe a couple of days, like 3 days or so. So I have to check that. Keep building the Twitter follower. You can build an empire that torches their supply. That's what I'm hoping to do. Not only torch the supply, but do it within utility. I mean, I feel like the little pieces, right, that we've seen within, or the big pieces that we've seen them actually make, little pieces would have helped them out so much, you know. And this is what I was trying to say to them. It wasn't like, oh, you're doing a horrible job. It was like, if you wanted lands to sell more, I understand you didn't want to tank Shiba Inu's price, but understand that, you know, you have, if that does happen, which I don't believe it would, I think it would pump, and then you would see it get to a lower price than where, or a higher price than where it was previously, but a lower price than where it was at its peak, because you're always going to see a pullback, right? That's just how it's going to work. But you could have implemented so many other things within there with just buying with Shiba Inu from the beginning, right? Using your coin and showing that you support your coin in such a big way goes a long way with the community, in my opinion. Right? Why don't you arrange it? I will try and arrange something. I'm thinking about, as we do, you know, because we have this open. We have the 24/7 chat that's open. I'm thinking about doing something there to where I'll tell everybody in the community, hey, we're going to go over here and we're going to talk. We're going to break this down. How did you feel about the AMA? How did you feel about how Shiba Inu, you know, did everything, right? And we will have discussions over here in this 24/7 chat with hopefully, you know, 10,000 people or whatever, or maybe we'll do it with just a certain group of people. So people that are SHIB amateur or above or something, or people that are whatever's the highest level that we see, right? We'll do it with the top like 10, 20 people. So, and then it incentivizes people to continue to talk and, you know, give their opinions within the Discord group. So feel free to join the Discord group and, you know, let people hear what you have to say. I just picked up a position on Asus Rose coin. Interesting. Shiba Inu is strong because of the community, not billionaires. Absolutely. We can just build our own dev team. DM me your resumes. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. And the problem is that they say that you can build something around Shiba Inu. You could do something yourself. But the minute you do it, they shut you down. The minute you do something, they try and shut you down and say, this is not a real account, right? This is not the official account, the official Shiba Inu account. It's like, are you the official Shiba Inu account? What freaking makes you the official Shiba Inu account? Because you have all these announcements on things that don't help SHIB? I'm sorry. But to say things that harshly is a little bit much, right? I tend to, you know, just speak out of turn sometimes. But what I'm saying with these positions that are out there and what they're doing, right? We understand that they're now making moves so that a lot of things support Shiba Inu, right? The burn portal supports Shiba Inu, and that's a big thing to where now different burn methods can use that to burn Shiba Inu, gather passive income, and burn more Shiba Inu consistently every week. As being the top holders, they can just consistently add that to burn more Shiba Inu. It may decrease the value of Ryoshi's vision, but it's going to burn off more Shiba as time goes on because they're just reinvesting that, right? So, or re-burning it, I guess. But we know that they're building some of these things, and it's great that they're going to be able to, you're going to be able to purchase land with SHIB. As soon as they make that available, I will buy land with SHIB. I want to hear them come out and say, okay, a portion of the land sales, we're going to dedicate 1%, because we saw how many people believe in Shiba Inu so much that they decided to buy 70% of the lands after they launched it with Shiba Inu, right? If that's the case, then they have to do something with SHIB to support that community. You know, obviously it's part of that community, but it's starting to branch out a little bit more, and we don't want that. They will pump again last October. I work for a border patrol. Resume. Appleseed, I agree. We can build within and we can revoke their voice. I say sauce because you're soft and mushy. Me? I'm not soft and mushy. I'm not soft and mushy. I got muscles. If you're talking about me, I got muscles. Woke up to watch Shiba Inu AMA. Matt just tweeted you a poll on Burns by Archangel. What poll? The poll that he was talking about? Whoops. Went on the wrong thing. I want to go on my bank account. I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. So this was 6 minutes ago. Question. Show your work. Do burns help the project? Ooh. Interesting. It's just marketing. No, long-term price, short-term price. It's long-term price. Burns only. I guess I can probably respond to this. I type slow, so don't bother me. And I look down. I used to look up, but now I haven't taken like typing class in so long, and I've always been using keyboard shortcuts. That's pretty much all I do is just do control C, control V, control X, control D, whatever. I'm always using keyboard shortcuts. Slow and steady. If you burn too fast, then burn should help in the long term. They raise the price ceiling for the long term for long-term growth in the project. Slow and steady burns are the best for growth. If you burn too fast, it does nothing for the project. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense? So sure, let's go with that. I wanted to say a lot more, but burns help over time. Yeah, sure, that makes sort of sense. I just don't like typing live on screen. Yeah, there's 25 people that liked my comment on Shitoshi's tweet there. Interesting. How many people are here? 235. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Queenie sounded like her feelings were hurt. Sounded like if she was about to start sobbing. I kind of got that as well. I feel like she does really love the project, and I've heard it from her multiple times. And I don't mean to, like, I'm not attacking her, and I'm not saying that they're doing horrible jobs when I speak. I'm just trying to get, spelling is hard. I'm just trying. Are you trying to say I messed something up? Probably. I'm just trying to say that, you know, when we look at everything that was done, there could have been one little step that could have tied it to Shiba Inu that could have made those projects so much better. And they're finding ways to tie that in, but I think they need to go forward with, I'd ask you to read out loud your daily schedule. I posted on your, but you're dyslexic. Your dyslexia would go nuts. Let's see what it is. Where is that daily schedule? Did you put it somewhere? The announcements or something? It wasn't in recent burns. Maybe you put it in announcements. Where'd you put it? Welcome. Got a lot from welcome. Yeah, I don't know. Where'd you put it at? Did you send it to me directly? Wait a second. Yeah, did you send it to me directly or something? Let's see. What is this? Oh. Oh yeah, that's horrible. All those numbers, man. Okay, here's daily schedule from 5:15 to 5 a.m. Vocal exercises. He has to practice deep voice. Otherwise, he sounds like Mickey Mouse. That's funny. Yes, I do. How do you know my real voice? How do you know? Record a video to post it later. 5:40 to 6:05. Let the dog out to pee. Change the cat litter. Feed the animals. I do have to change the cat litter. That's pretty interesting. 6:05 to 6:30. It really took you some time to go through all this stuff. Get the kids up, dressed and fed. I actually don't have to do that all the time. That's usually Erica. I'm usually researching what's going on in the markets at around that time, or just bothering the kids. So yes, curl activator at 6:30, 6:32 to 6:50. People really like me. I look great today. Mantra. Kiss the kids goodbye. Strap them into the Uber. Record a video to post later. We are live. Shib. CRO. Streamlabs sucks. Dev suck. Thanks for the super chat. Misread that chat. Totally miss every joke. More Shib. That's funny. I'm gonna have to like fully go through that. That's record 12 more videos. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny, guys. That's pretty funny. Oh man, I like that. Without any inner monologue, what do you think? What do you think SHIB holders? Wait, what? See, I'm already misreading chats. What do you think will SHIB holders of 10 million SHIB see life-changing gains in the future? 5 years, 10 years, and so on. So people that hold 10 million SHIB, it depends on what you're going to do. So I would say if you wait it out, you have to wait for the best opportunity. But you always want to take your sells at certain levels. I don't think you'll have absolute like crazy life-changing money, but you can make life-changing money depending how long you hold and how long you believe in this position. So it's tough. I'm torn between ApeCoin and Shiba Inu. So I have 12 ApeCoin now because I sold some of my ApeCoin for quick gains, and yeah, I like what ApeCoin's doing. And that's why I continued to hold on to 12, even though you did see it decrease. And I was watching it the whole time. I could have sold anytime I wanted to. And I probably should have, because I could have bought back in here. But, and I would have bought back in with 12 rather than buying back in with 51. That wouldn't have happened. No, it was in the Discord. Seen it this morning. Investors should not have burned their investment. Be careful buying to burn. Oh wait, buying SHIB to burn. No guarantees. I would agree with you. I don't think we need to see people burn off their own coins, right? We need to see adoption from the dev team. And I wouldn't even call them the dev team here. I forget what I'm calling them. Ecosystem leaders. Like, I'm not even calling them ecosystem devs. I'm calling them ecosystem leaders because, you know, I don't care who's developing what. I don't think they're truly like about SHIB, and they could say they are, but until they express everything, don't do that. Wear a mustache and call yourself Pathu Mary. Yeah, I call them ecosystem leaders. If the dev team make you out to be the bad guy for the next AMA, use a machine to change your voice to Darth Vader. Probably. I'll probably do that. I'll find a way to do it. And I'll breathe like that, but who breathes like that? I bought $100 more of Ape. That's good. CRO, bro. What's going on with CRO? Is it increasing? I don't know why I'm still awake. I need to wake up early tomorrow to record videos because Erica is off, working. But I need to do an AMA video and give my thoughts on it, which I've already given you my thoughts, but I think I need to break all of this stuff down. So anyways, I got to get out of here, guys. I know people want me to answer some questions, but I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to, follow me on Twitter, feel free to follow me on Twitter. I gained over 100 followers today within that AMA. So some people must have liked what I said. That's good. And if you want to join the Shiba Inu Discord group, the link is in the chat. This was a long live stream. When you compare it to the first 45 minutes that I was live streaming and everything was messing up. But it was all great. I love you guys for being here. I love all the super chats. I love all of the positivity. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. And I hope I did our community justice. And hopefully you're proud of what I did in the AMA, as I didn't mean to disrupt anybody or step on anybody's toes here, but it seemed like I definitely did. And I just want questions answered. I mean, if we don't get questions answered, why should we not? Like, we have to keep pushing so they understand where our question is so they can freaking answer it. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all the people that support me in such a big way. I will catch you guys